Alright guys, so long time no talk. At this point it's been like 2 months I think since I posted my last video, and I figured I was finally ready to do another update video. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry and I haven't even said anything yet. I'm assuming at this point you guys have all watched the last video that I posted. Man, my emotions. So today is December 28th. It's been just about 3 months since the accident, and honestly I can't even believe that that much time has already passed. But before I say anything else, I first of all just have to thank every single person that has messaged me, commented on my videos, subscribed to my channel, emailed me, whatever you did to contact me and send love and support and condolences. Also, if you hear noise, it's just dogs running around, so ignore that. But when I posted that video, I never ever even imagined it was possible for it to get as many views as it did, and it honestly just blows my mind. Like, I honestly, like, I can't even comprehend it. There's just so many people. But I am honestly so happy that I have YouTube as a platform, because I was able to connect with so many people that are grieving their own losses or have grieved their own losses. I mean, we're pretty much like the only people that we can relate to, especially in the situation that I'm in. Losing a boyfriend is something that many people can relate to. So those of us that have experienced this kind of loss, I definitely think we all need to support each other and be there for each other, because it's something that's so hard to understand, and I mean, unless you've gone through it yourself. So yeah, thank you to everyone for all of the love and support. Even if I don't respond or if I don't give it a thumbs up or anything, doesn't mean I don't see it. I have read majority of the comments on my last video. I see the Instagram messages in the comments. It's just honestly more than I can keep up with, and it's very overwhelming because I'm already so emotional just like on my own, and then adding all of that into it, it's just a lot to process and deal with all at once. So thank you endlessly from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys. You have absolutely no idea how much it means to me and Ryan's family. In my family, they all know about my YouTube channel. They all read the comments and everything, so I definitely know that they all appreciate all of the love and support just as much as I do. This video is probably going to be another long one, just because I feel like once I start talking, there are just so many other things that come to mind that I really just want to share with you guys. And if you don't like these kinds of videos, if you think that I'm doing this for attention, whatever it is, like, if you're not gonna like watching this video, just don't watch it, because I don't need any negativity, and that's not why I'm filming this video. I'm doing this to help those of you that need it, and I'm sharing it for those of you that are curious and genuinely care. So here goes nothing. On Saturday, it'll be exactly 3 months since the accident. Yesterday was 3 months since the last time that I ever saw Ryan. So I personally feel like 3 months is a very good chunk of time. I'm definitely way different now than I was when I posted my last video. I'm even different than I was a week or 2 ago. You know, I'm constantly changing. Everything definitely comes in waves, and I think that if you've had any type of grieving that you yourself have had to go through, you understand what I'm saying. I don't know, the best way that I can explain it is that at the beginning, all of my emotions and, you know, stages of grief would come in shorter waves. So my emotions and my feelings and everything would change very quickly. No matter what, it's a constant sad and obviously a constant missing Ryan. But, you know, there's just so much going on at the very beginning that you're constantly getting pulled into different directions, and my emotions were constantly changing. And then I posted the video about a month in, and I know that a lot of people made comments about how I wasn't crying during the video, and honestly, I mean, part of it is because I don't want to believe that it's true. I tell the story, but I don't fully accept and understand what happened. But also, I can only cry so many tears, and just because I don't show it on camera does not mean it doesn't happen. Trust me, guys. I'm not going to film a video when I'm at my lowest of lows. That just doesn't make sense. Nobody would want to watch that. I wouldn't want to share it. And I just think that people need to remember that you're seeing an edited version of a now 3-month-long grieving process. You only see what it is that I show you and edit the video or the pictures to show you. You know, like, I'm not gonna vlog myself going to the cemetery at 11 o'clock at night crying my eyes out, or when I'm sitting in my room just feeling totally hopeless in a ball on my bedroom floor. Like, why would I vlog that for you guys? But just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And whenever I'm in a somewhat motivated mood like I am right now, I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to film, or I'm going to do something that's productive, because I don't know how long this wave is going to last. Now I'm at the point where I feel like the waves are bigger, they last longer, I'll have longer periods of joy, if that's what I can even call it. But I also feel like as more time passes, whenever the bad moments hit, whenever the sad just overcomes my whole body, I feel like it hits me harder than it did at the beginning, because I'm starting to be less numb to it. It's starting to feel more real. So whenever I have those feelings, I feel like I just am able to experience them even stronger. So December has December has been the hardest month so far. I don't think that most of you guys know this, but our anniversary is December 10th. It would have been 5 years this past December 10th. 5 whole years. And then my birthday was December 20th. So obviously that's all on top of like holidays and regular things that make it hard to lose someone. So I had all of those things to overcome within like a 2-week period, which was a lot for me. I would say I was at my lowest the week leading up to my birthday. So our anniversary was on a Sunday, and that day wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. I actually spent it with Ryan's family, which I'm still very close with them, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But our anniversary wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be, which is good. But then later in that week, and especially that weekend, was probably the hardest it has been, because I really did not want to turn 20. My birthday was on a Wednesday, and I did not want to turn 20. And I know that, you know, age is just a number and everything, but I hate the idea of now being like a year older than Ryan and him being 19 forever. And like, it's just a reminder that I'm continuing to age and get older, and like especially because he's not here to celebrate with. Like, it's just not as exciting as it used to be. And honestly, that just goes for everything. Like, I don't know, I guess it's just depression and, you know, part of grieving, but I just definitely don't have a desire to do most of the things that used to make me happy. You know, even, you know, sitting down to film a video, it takes a lot out of me, but I don't want anything if I don't have Ryan to share it with. And that's another thing that's been really hard, is because a lot of people keep telling me, like, you know, Ryan would still want you to follow your dreams, he would still want you to achieve your goals, whatever it is that's going to make you happy. But honest to God, more than anything, I wanted to marry him, and I wanted to be a mom, I wanted to start a family with him. Like, I looked forward to that so much, and I wanted that more than any, you know, job or career or, you know, like material thing. Like, all I wanted was him. And everything else, you know, that came along with that was great, but I just wanted Ryan. So now, like, what dreams do I have to follow? And, you know, I'm still most likely going to go to school and everything, but people keep telling me, like, follow my dreams, and I literally cannot. But I would say that, you know, that aside, the next most, like, important thing to me, or, you know, something that I really want in my life, is travel. And I've never really like talked about this much on my channel, but I haven't been many places. I, you know, have never been on an airplane. I haven't been, you know, anywhere very far from where I live, other than like band trips and whatnot throughout high school, but those I don't really even consider like actual travel. So I am definitely going to make a huge effort in 2018 to travel, whether it's in the country or if I do end up going out of the country for whatever reason. I already know that I'm going to be going to New York in January, which was honestly just like a spontaneous trip. I was hanging out with one of my friends and we decided that we were just going to go, and I've never been to New York, so I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's not like, you know, a crazy exotic place to go to or anything, but for me, not really have ever gone, wow, words, can't get them out. But since I haven't really been many places, anywhere new is exciting for me. So I'm so excited to go to New York. And then in the spring, I'm trying to plan a couple other trips too. So far, everything's within the US, but that doesn't matter. I just want to travel. So I'm making an effort for that. Another thing is that in my last video, I told you guys that I hadn't gone back to school since the accident. And I actually ended up dropping out for the semester. I never went back to school. So the accident happened in September. I really only attended about a month of my classes, and that was it. I tried going back, but it was way too difficult. I would just sit in the classroom and I mean, my mind was just so elsewhere. I could not for the life of me focus on whatever material my teachers were teaching. And I mean, they all knew what happened, they all understood, but I just couldn't make that a priority in my life. I do want to go back next semester, so in January I'll start back at my classes, and I'll probably take a summer semester to make up for all of the credits that I lost when I didn't go back. It's just hard because now, like, when I think about going to school and, you know, transferring, because I'm at community college right now, and I think about transferring to the 4-year school, it's like I just don't want it, because I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but I was supposed to transfer to Ryan's school next semester. So in January I would be switching to his school, and I actually got my acceptance letter the week before the accident. So him and I were so excited together. We were making plans to live together next year, and I mean, the only reason that I was transferring halfway through the year was to be with him. And I just keep thinking about, like, had none of this ever happened, I would be dorm shopping right now and getting ready to move in. And I mean, I was just so excited for that, and now it means nothing to me. Like, man, like, I would give anything, like, literally I would give anything for that to be my reality right now. Like, I wish, oh my god, I can't even use words to explain it. So, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier about just, like, December being a really hard month. It was definitely the hardest the week leading up to my birthday. And then my birthday happened, and it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. I just kept myself busy. I hung out with my friends all day. We went to dry bar and, you know, did girly fun things. And I distracted myself enough to not really focus on what was actually happening. Like, I didn't really feel like it was my birthday. I just kind of felt like I was, you know, having fun with my friends. So my birthday is December 20th, and then obviously Christmas happened, and it was hard to not see him on Christmas, but also, like, whenever you wake up in the morning and you do presents and you're with your family and everything, he was never part of that experience with me because he was always at home with his family and his parents and brother. So that wasn't necessarily hard for me. It was just the idea that, like, I just haven't been in the Christmas spirit. I could never understand what it was like to not be a fan of the holidays, and I know that I've always been told that, you know, it's a very depressing time for people that don't have good family or, you know, lost a loved one or whatever it was, but until you're thrown into this kind of situation, you can't understand. And I know that people genuinely care and they want to help me and they send their love and support and everything, but obviously, like, until you experience it yourself, you can't even imagine, you know. I never thought that I would have to live a day of my life without Ryan. And I know that, you know, I could give myself some bullshit pep talk about how he's always with me and looking out for me and blah 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 blah, and yes, I do think that he's with me. I've had a lot of things happen and there have been a lot of signs that I do genuinely think that, you know, they were him trying to reach out to me, but that doesn't help me right now. I want to hold him and hug him and, like, physically have him here to comfort me. There has never, I mean, nobody has ever been able to comfort me the slightest bit in the way that Ryan ever could, just because, I mean, I grew up with him, and I've been through a lot of other things in my life that you guys will never know about, that I'll probably never, you know, film videos about or anything, but I've been through a lot of other things, and I couldn't have done it without him. So now to be going through the hardest thing that I've ever had to go through and not have him. Like, it's just, I mean, I feel so lost and broken, and it's honestly just like this constant feeling of being homesick. It's like I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting for him to walk through the door or call me or show up, whatever, you know, and tell me that everything's gonna be okay. And there will be brief little periods, if I'm just kind of mindlessly daydreaming, or if I'm just waking up or falling asleep, where I'll forget for a second and I'll go to call him, or I'll go to tell him something, and, you know, check my phone to see if he's texted me, whatever, and, you know, I'll forget for a second, so then to go looking for him and, like, obviously not finding him, it's like you find out over and over and over again. It doesn't feel real, you know? Like, how could he be here one minute and then gone the next? He had such a bright future ahead of him. He was a good student, and he was an amazing drummer, and he was a good friend to anyone that needed it. He was so nice and accepting, and honestly just such a genuinely good person. And like, I hate that there are people that do stupid things every day, whether it's texting and driving, or they'll drink and drive, or something distracting them while they drive. Not even just that, just other stupid things, and they get away with it. And like, Ryan did nothing wrong. Obviously, people that do stupid things, I would never wish for this to happen to them. I know that there are people that commented on the last video and said like, oh, he was texting and driving or whatever it was, and I said in the video, but we know for a fact he was not texting. He had Apple CarPlay in his car. He had a 2016 Honda Civic. It was a new car. It had all of the safety features, and even if he was making a phone call or anything, he would have been using Apple CarPlay, so everything would have been voice controlled through Siri. And another thing that I didn't mention in the video is that Ryan updated his phone the week of the accident, and those of you that are familiar with the new iOS update for iPhones, it puts your phone automatically on Do Not Disturb while you're driving. So like, I know for a fact that he was not texting. I know it's been 2 months since I posted that last video, but I honestly, like, I didn't know what to do next. And I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my channel going forward, because I don't want to stop YouTube. Like, when I say that I love YouTube, I love it so much, and I'm so happy that I started my channel when I was in high school. So I do want to continue with it, and I want you guys to tell me what you guys want to see. And, you know, I'll still post content that makes me happy, but I mean, I wouldn't have this channel if it weren't for you guys. I don't want every video that I post to be about the accident. Obviously, it's a part of my life, so if I'm being like genuine with you guys and open and honest, I will talk about it, but I don't want my channel to turn into like this depressing place that's only about grieving, you know? I'll give you guys updates, or I'll answer questions if you ask. I don't know if I'll ever get back into like the makeup and fashion videos as much as I used to. I mean, that used to be like the only type of video that I posted. I could definitely see myself being more of a just lifestyle vlogger. I do want to start vlogging, just like daily vlogs too. Maybe not right away, because honestly I don't really like do much with my time as of now, and also like my home life isn't something that's exciting or vlog worthy. So I don't know how frequently I would vlog, but I definitely want to, and especially like if I do end up traveling as much as I plan on it throughout 2018, I'll definitely vlog all of that kind of stuff. I was thinking of starting a series on my channel called Motivation Monday, and I think that that would give me an opportunity to maybe open up more about the sensitive stuff and, you know, keep my feelings and emotions and everything relevant on my channel. And with the Motivation Monday videos, I mean, that could be anything. So I could talk about grieving stuff, I could talk about body image and self-confidence, I could share like my favorite quotes with you guys. It really could be anything. But like, I really want my channel to become more of a positive place. I want to inspire people. I want to help people that are going through something similar. I want to be a role model for younger girls. And I mean, obviously I've been through something that most people my age don't have to experience, but I want to take this, you know, situation and just become a better person because of it. I mean, I know that I already have, and if I had it my way, I wouldn't have gone through this, and I would rather be less of a person and have Ryan in my life, but I can't change what happened. All I can do is take the situation and grow from it and become a better person. So, I mean, I've already come a long way in 3 months, and I don't know, what's going to happen from here on out, but I do want to be open with you guys, and I want to share this process with you and be as honest and real as I can. It's who I am as a person, and I think that on social media it's so easy to put on a fake smile and, make a production and not be your true self. And I mean, I do have fun with that kind of stuff. Like, I want people to look at me and appreciate me for being true to who I am on my social media and not changing who I am to, fit the eyes of social media, if that makes sense. I don't know if what I'm trying to say, I don't know if those are like the right words to use to say it, but I hope you guys know what I mean. And another thing too that I wanted to talk about is what has helped me with grieving. I personally have never even lost a relative that I was close with. I lost a grandparent on each side, but I was in elementary school when both of them happened, so I wasn't old enough to really have a strong relationship with either of them. And I mean, yeah, I was sad and I cried and everything, but I couldn't fully understand and appreciate what my parents or, my other grandparents were going through at the time. So, I mean, this is the first real loss that I've had to grieve in my life. So it's definitely been a learning experience. Obviously, there's a huge difference for me losing a lover than it is to lose a loved one. The relationship that Ryan and I shared with each other was so unique to each other than to any other relationship in either of our lives. And obviously, every individual relationship is unique, but, being in love with someone, you open up to them in an entirely different way. And we knew each other in ways that nobody else did. And, his friend groups, like, I don't want to diminish anyone else's feeling of grief, because obviously the loss is hard on everyone, no matter what kind of relationship you had with Ryan. But his friend groups, I feel like, can grieve together. They grieve the same type of loss. But I mean, we were the only two people in our relationship, so I don't really have anyone that I can relate to. I have stayed very close with his family, and I think that, the group of us, his parents, his brother, his grandparents, and aunts and uncles and like close family, I think that we all understand each other's feelings as much as possible. Another thing too is that Ryan's the only person I've ever even been in love with, and I still love him. I will love him for the rest of my life, every single day. Even if I do eventually move on and, date and marry, whatever it is that happens, I will always love Ryan. See, this is the topic that really, really gets to me, because obviously, like, I can't imagine myself being with anyone else as of now, but I will always love him and have him to thank for making me who I am today. Because, like I said earlier, there have been a lot of other things that I've had to deal with in my life, and he stood by my side through so much stuff, and he never left. He was always there when I needed him. I don't want to talk about moving on or anything, because obviously that makes me super emotional, but whoever I do end up with will have to be fully and completely accepting and understanding of what I have gone through. I mean, they may not be able to understand, but they have to be fully accepting of the fact that I will always love Ryan. And there won't be a day that goes by that I don't miss him. Oh, I haven't cried in a while, and now I feel like it's just all hitting me at once. Like I said, with the, just waves of emotion, I'll have days, maybe even a week, where I don't cry, and then it's just non-stop tears. I really, really wish that Ryan had the chance to fight. I wish that they had taken him to a hospital. I wish that they would have done, obviously, I know that there was nothing they could have done, but I wish that there was just anything they could have done to save his life. And I know that it's you know, more selfish than anything to wish that, because, you know, if he had survived that accident, there's a very good chance that he would have been disabled in whatever, you know, type of way, whether it's physically or mentally. And it's selfish for me to have wanted him to survive that, but I just wish I could hold his hand. And if he was disabled, like, I literally would have done anything to help him. But I know that he didn't suffer, and I know that he wouldn't have wanted to live that way. And another thing that I keep thinking of, like, if he had survived it and been disabled, is that he probably wouldn't have been able to drum. And I can't imagine Ryan going a day in his life without drumming. I don't even remember what I was saying before I started crying. Oh, things that help me grieve. See, I get off topic so much. Things that help me, definitely writing. I have never been one to really journal or have a diary or anything like that, but I was given a journal at the very beginning, so I decided to use it, and it's very, I guess, stress relieving because, you know, obviously the relationship that Ryan and I had was a very strong one. I told him every single thing. Like, he is the only person that has ever known all of my secrets, all of my stories and favorite things and everything that there is to know. So there are things that, like, Ryan is the only person that I could tell, and writing is a way for me to do that. And I mean, writing in general is something that you could take so many different ways. I personally write to Ryan, like, I write like I'm talking to him. So I definitely think that that helps. Toward the beginning, I would write pretty much every single day. Now it's more like once a week or so. Just kind of as I feel like I need to, or if something happens that, like, I really want to share with him. Another thing that has definitely helped is that I stayed close with his family. I've always had, like, a good relationship with them, and I just feel like at this point it's like I have two sets of parents. That's kind of like what I tell people. And he has a little brother that's 16, so, like, once a week I'll pick his brother up from school, and then I go to their house and we'll have dinner together and everything. And, you know, we all need each other, so I definitely think that it's really important to stay close to your, you know, boyfriend or husband, whoever it is that you lost. I think it's important to stay close to their family and close friends, because, I mean, obviously you're all grieving the loss of the same person, and you can share stories and, you know, kind of fill that void as much as possible. And then toward the very, very beginning, I actually listened to, like, classical music for, I want to say, a week or two, because if I was alone, I didn't like the silence, because I would just, like, drown in my own thoughts. So I would listen to classical music because any music with words was just, like, too much, and if it was a love song, obviously I would listen to it and get even more emotional. So I would recommend listening to classical music. I already had a station on my Pandora because that's what I listen to whenever I'm studying, so I just listened to that if I was driving or alone or while I was writing to Ryan. I think it's very therapeutic and very calming, so I would recommend listening to classical music. I've read a lot of books about not a lot of books, but a lot of stories, and I've started to read books about near-death experiences and people that have gone to heaven and come back. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I found a lot of comfort in those types of things, because it just gives me hope that he, you know, actually is out there somewhere with me, maybe. I don't know, maybe he's standing right behind me right now, I don't know. But I've found that very comforting, but I know that it's sort of like a morbid thing and not everyone would find comfort in that. Some days it'll help me to go back and look at old pictures and videos, you know, and on other days it's just too much and I, you know, cry and I get emotional. So I think it's important to just take it, like, one day at a time. That's pretty much all that I do. I don't really like making a lot of plans for my future anymore, even if it's little things like making plans with friends for a week or two from now. I don't like thinking about that, and I also don't know what I'm going to be like on that given day, so I, you know, kind of like to just take it day by day. Like I said earlier, I just don't really want anything if I don't have Ryan to share those experiences with. Like, for example, I've been looking at getting a new car since the summer. And like right before the accident, there was one car that I really, really liked and I wanted to get it. And I mean, the car that I drive now is 18 years old, so like I really need a new car. But like Ryan was a part of that process, and I don't want to get a new car now if Ryan isn't going to be there to be excited with me. And I don't want to, you know, go to his school next year, which I do still plan on going to his school. But like it's going to be weird being there without him. I don't want to travel as much as I necessarily would have if he was going to be the one that I was traveling with. Like I just can't really look forward to things. Obviously I am an entirely different person because of the situation. I now have an appreciation for things that I might not have before the accident. I don't really care about material things as much as I used to, and I appreciate all the little things a lot more. And I would definitely say that I, you know, have always valued the right things in life. You know, it's not like, you know, I always hear quotes that from people saying like, you don't know what you have until it's gone, and that's not true. Like I totally knew what I had with Ryan. I knew how strong my feelings were for him, and I loved him as much as I was capable of, given who I was at that time. Another thing is I got a tattoo. And I never thought the day would come that I got a tattoo. Growing up, I mean, my brother has a lot of tattoos. My sister, she's younger than me and she's not 18 yet, but she's always talked about wanting tattoos, and like I was always that child that wasn't into that kind of stuff, yet here we are. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. I'll show you guys. It's just the number 19 in Roman numerals. The picture that I posted on Instagram, it looks huge in that picture, I feel like, but I mean on my body it's like an inch long and an inch and a half inch tall, so it's really not that big. But I got the number 19. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that 19 was Ryan's lucky number. And I thought about getting a tattoo with like his dates or, you know, his handwriting saying I love you, something like that, but I am very, very happy with the decision that I made. If you want to judge it, or, you know, if you don't like it, whatever, like, that's fine. I personally am obsessed with it. The way I look at it is, I mean, the number 19, it could kind of go a bunch of different ways. We were both 19 when it happened. His lucky number was 19, and I've also just had a lot of things happen. Like I said earlier, like I kind of get signs from Ryan and everything, and I've noticed the number 19 a lot, so this way it's just kind of like I'm carrying a little bit of him and his luck around with me. And I know that I don't need something permanently on my body to know that, but I think it's just a good little reminder, and it's a way to remember him and just, I mean, physically, like, always have him with me. And I got it on December 19th, and like I said earlier, my birthday's December 20th, so it was my last day of being 19, and I, you know, really went all out with making sure that I made it as meaningful as possible. I don't know, I think I'm gonna stop rambling. This video is probably really freaking long. I don't know. I know that people, like, it was getting to the point where people were commenting on my videos saying, like, she hasn't posted in a long time, like, are you okay? And here I am. I am as okay as I can be. Every day is different, every hour is different, and I'm just taking it one step at a time. If you like the idea of the Motivation Monday videos, let me know. I figured with that I could post the videos on Mondays, but then on other days of the week I could post something that's like makeup related, or I could post a tag video or something that's more funny, but that way I could still incorporate more like important life things on my channel. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I really want to create content that you guys are going to want to see, so don't just say like, oh, post whatever videos are going to make you happy. Like, definitely please recommend any ideas that you have or suggestions, or if you like the idea of Motivation Mondays, maybe videos that I could do for Motivation Monday. So please comment. I just want to stay connected with you guys. For sure, I can say that Ryan wanted me to be happy, and he would want me to do whatever it is that's going to make me as happy as I can be without him. I'm going to stop the video. I hope that you guys I don't know, I don't want to say like I hope you guys liked it, because obviously it's a depressing topic, but I hope that I helped people because of this video. I hope that you guys appreciate my openness and honesty. I hope that we all learned from this, and I will definitely be talking to you guys sometime soon. I don't know when my next video is going to be, but it will definitely be somewhat soon. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and I will go ahead and talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!